Hey, what's up, everybody? Rod J back again. How you guys doing on this Tuesday evening? I decided to crack open a beer to share with you guys. It was kind of like feeling a little withdrawal from not being live in a bit. We did the live Sunday afternoon. That was the last time I was actually live for the channel. Been getting caught up with other stuff the last, I guess, couple days now since then, and decided to crack a beer open tonight. So tonight I'm actually going to take a look at one from High Wire Brewing out of Asheville, North Carolina. This is going to be the Shake Your Tailfeather. So you got it right here. This is going to be a double IPA, a nice one for a thirsty Tuesday, so to speak. The camera wanted to focus. It wanted to focus. See if it does it again. Got a little impatient with it. Anyway, let me tell you what's in this baby. Vanilla milkshake IPA, double dry hopped with Samba, Citra, and Southern Passion with branch and bone artisanal ales. Or artisan ales. I always think prairie and I think artisanal, but it's actually branch and bone artisan ales. So this is a collaboration, 6.7% ABV. Now, I'm not familiar with branch and bone, but I have become more familiar with High Wire, and they do some pretty damn good beers. Ended up picking this one up. Just caught my eye on the shelf there. And you know what? If it has High Wire on it, most likely I'm going to give it a shot just because I've been impressed with a lot of the beers they have actually done. Would definitely recommend checking them out. Their stout series, I just picked up another one of the 10W40s that I'll be doing a review on that one here shortly. And that's another one I look forward to. And it also says an ale brewed with vanilla bean. We do have a date here on it as well. So pretty much all together in good shape. Let's get it into a glass, nice 16-ounce pint can. And if you guys are enjoying something out there as well, let me know. Put a little comment in the comment section. Let me know what you're sipping on if you are on this Tuesday evening. Still got a little bit left in the can, but got a pretty decent head on there. Got to open up the aromas. You got the hazy chill haze pretty much on it, but it's got that golden straw kind of color, maybe pale kind of color. Foaminess should lace the glass a little bit. It's nice white color on the head itself, easily about a 2.5 fingers. So we'll see how long that lasts. Now, as I hold it closer to me, I can see a little bit of the carbonation on the bubbles. You might be able to see some of that streaming if you look at the size of the glass. So you do have some active bubbles in play as this one starts to warm up a little bit. Nice aroma coming off of it. You definitely pick up the vanilla. You pick up a nice tropical fruitness about this one. Get a nice citrus feel. If you're talking fruit, you're talking a little bit of orange, a little bit of mango, kind of that passion fruit quality, a little bit of a resiny quality, not really overly dank, but you do have a little bit of a resiny quality in there. Definitely a little bit of a sweetness on the nose. Cheers to Elbow in the house. How you doing, my friend? It's been a while. He is actually enjoying a resin from 6 Point, very solid beer from the New York brewery. Another brewery I would always recommend is 6 Point Brewing if you get a chance to check them out. Well worth giving a try as well. Let's get the taste on this, baby. You definitely pick up some of the carbonation in play. I can feel that in the chest. I feel a nice sweetness in the beer. I was looking for more of a creamy effect in the texture since it's a milkshake double IPA. Still has a little bit of a roughness there around the edge from the hops. A little bit of that bitterness in there. Not as smooth as some I've come to expect from this style, but tastes pretty decent. Big scratchiness in the throat there. You can feel the flavors in the cheek. There's a slight feeling of this one kind of being like an orange creamsicle. You get a little bit of that type of feel on the back end of it that I like. And that's what comes to memory, just having one of those nice orange creamsicles. And I do commemorate them on that. Of course, with those, you have the orange and the vanilla. So they were able to get that type of feel into the beer here as well. We got Double D in the house. Cheers, my friend. What is going on? He also says cheers to Elbow, who also says cheers. And make sure you guys check out Elbow if you haven't checked him out yet. I got to get caught up on some of his stuff, but he's been doing some beer videos. He does the music videos. Great guy down there in the Tampa area. Just having a good time, enjoying life like we all should be. So make sure you check out Elbow 88 as well. But overall, it's a decent brew. Like I said, most of the milkshakes I've had have been a little more creamier than this, a little bit more of a softer feel in the texture, but take nothing away that it still has some decent flavor with it. You do get the, like I said, the fruitiness you expect to get from it being this type of style. I've never had the Samba hop, so I'm not as familiar with that one. Obviously, Citra is very common. The Southern Passion, you're getting the fruitiness from that coming through here. But overall, it's okay. It's decent enough. I got to figure for my Untapped, what I'm going to actually give this one. I think for me on this one here, this is actually going to be a 3.5 out of 5 when I score it all said and done. Probably closer to a 3.6, but I wouldn't put it to the 3.75 level, so I'll leave it at the 3.5 there. But again, overall, a good brewery from North Carolina. And if you're familiar, since Dee Dee, you're here, maybe you're familiar with Branch and Bone. I know you've had High Wire because you're right there where they're out of. Now, it was actually brewed and canned by Three Ring Brewing, which is another brewery, so that's kind of interesting. I don't see where Branch and Bone is listed on here. Let me pull it up on my phone to see where they're at. Kind of curious. Oh, wow. Branch and Bone. They're actually close to me up here. They're in Dayton, Ohio. Never heard of them. So they teamed up with them up here. So I don't even know. Maybe this isn't down in North Carolina as far as the beer, since maybe it is, but they collab with them. Well, that's good to know. So, yeah, Branch and Bone, that's the logo as well, if you happen to see that one out there. But once again, another brewery that I am not aware of that's in my backyard, essentially. We got Coach in the chat. What's going on, Coach? Says, hey, buddy, hope your night is great. Yes, my friend, it is. I actually just kicked back, decided to get up here and share a beer with you guys, see how you guys are doing. Hopefully you're doing well and everything is going good in your area. Cheers from Mandy and I, and cheers back to you, brother. All the things happening out here. Hopefully you're staying safe. I just saw earlier today that there's a report that Los Angeles County, they're going to shut down for like 3 months. They're saying now that they're going to have a extended lockdown. So that could be interesting out there. I guess reopening some things didn't work out too well. Didi said it's time to restock this week. Is that every week though? Is that every week? Yeah, Didi has said Dayton, Ohio as well. So I don't know if you pulled it up or you knew that, but I would like to get to Asheville sometime and check out High Wire, because they are, like I said, they're putting out some good beers. I'm sure you're probably getting some of the stuff your way as well, Double D. But as it's here and it warms up a little bit, starting to pull out a little bit more of that vanilla and orange type flavor, a little bit more of that creamsicle is starting to rise up on the back end. So, you get it out, you let it go for a little bit. I pulled out a cooler at 38 degrees. So right now it's probably low to mid 40s, which is where I like to drink something like this at anyway, because you have the aromas and the flavor at that point. You never really want to drink them ice cold when it's a craft beer, just because you're muting the flavors and the aroma. So you want to let them open up some and get to the right temperature for sure. Usually your adjunct lagers are the only thing you're really going to hit that low temperature wise, which if a tap is ran correctly, you're usually around 34 to 38 degrees, somewhere in that ballpark. And you don't want those getting warm on you, that's for sure. Roz, still at the tent. Oh, Tunis, what is going on? You've been camping for a few days now, my friend. How is the camping life going? My wife actually has mentioned she wants to look at going camping at some point. I'm like, you never camped before. Like, I camped. I was in Boy Scouts. I was like, when we camped like with a sleeping bag and all that. Going to a cabin wasn't really camping, but she wants to do some type of camping thing at some point. So we'll see. I'm thinking it more involves a cabin now. Didi says, I'll take a look this week. Had juicy IPA Ranger today and another Hell or High Watermelon. If you come this way, let me know. I can meet you up that way if you come into the Raleigh area. Yeah, definitely. I'll keep you posted. It's funny. At one point, my mother was going to retire down in North Carolina from New Jersey because a lot of her friends have retired down there. But I think she's kind of going to stick with Jersey now. But I used to handle North Carolina from one of my old jobs. I used to get down there once in a while. Great state. I got to tell you, Charlotte's probably the cleanest city I've ever been in. At least when I was there back, I guess it was back close around 2005 or 6 or something like that. People were kept that city proud. So a lot better than other cities I've been at. Vanessa's in the house, says hello. Cheers, Vanessa. Good to see you as well. And Elbow says cheers to Vanessa. Had to fire up the stove in the tent. LOL. Now it's 80 in there. Yeah, you're getting some cold weather like we are. I mean, yours is actually colder because you're more north of me. But yeah, we're getting this surprise cold front coming through. I think we set a record yesterday or the day before for the cold temperature that took place overnight. It was somewhere in the 20s, I believe, which is crazy at this time of year. Vanessa says hello to Elbow as well. And Didi says, hey, Vanessa, cheers. And back, Didi. And Montreal was always real clean. Yeah, that I think when I went to Toronto at the time, and this was years ago, they were pretty clean as well. They did a good job taking care of their city. But as far as like an American city, it was just like, you get around certain areas and it's kind of like there's trash here and there. But Charlotte was almost clean everywhere that I saw. Jazz Festival in the 80s was nice. Yeah, we still get the Jazz Festival here in Cincinnati, although this year, not so much. So we won't be getting that this year, but at least as it stands, unless they push it back. But I know a lot of people that enjoy going to the Jazz Festival. Keep getting snow, 32 degrees tonight. 3 blanket nights still, even with hot flashes. Wow. Yeah, we've been resisting turning on the heat. I think we've been getting down to maybe the 40s at night, but I don't know. I like to sleep in a cooler house myself. I like it when it's more chill. I can sleep easier when it's colder than when it's warmer. So a little bit of a chill is fine for me. All works out nicely. And a shout out to copyright free music. I think the music is coming through. If it is, that's from their channel. So you can check out copyright free music where they do the beats royalty free. If you're looking for some music to have on your channel where you're not getting that copyright strike, they have some interesting tunes that can definitely play in the background for you. So yeah, so I'm starting the other channel, which is going to be the hip hop channel, and that I did the first video for that tonight. Basically it's the trailer video, so I got to finish editing it now. So I'll be getting that out there, and once I get that center run, I already got the first story I'm going to cover on that. So I'm looking forward to that channel. That's going to be kind of interesting. So if you are a fan of hip hop's one of my other loves. That'll be a channel you want to tune into as well. Cool room and warm bed is best sleeping. Yeah. It's like if it's I can almost like I'm almost like that kind of sleeper. I guess I am that kind of sleeper too, where I can't be all under the blanket. You have to keep a toe out to catch like that breeze or whatever. Like I don't like to be all under the cover. I don't know if anybody else here is that toe out kind of person, but I do like to have, part of the body out so it's not as hot. Never turn on the heat at night. The colder, the better. I'm right there. Definitely works out better. Yes, cool is best. The sleep portion I listed a while back. Yeah. Oops, turn the heat off. Yeah, so we'll see how cool it actually gets here the next few days. I think we're supposed to get rain like over the next 4 or 5 days too. So if it's not cold, it's raining. And of course, it'll rain through the weekend when you actually have time to go try to do other stuff fun, or which you can do fun because you can't, again, go too far because of stuff being shut down in places. I almost forgot this week I was out running a couple errands. I'm going to swing by GameStop. It didn't even occur to me that GameStop was still closed because of everything happening. So obviously I did not make it to GameStop. Did have my TV burn out on me last night. That wasn't good. So that's the one just in my office. I had to order a new TV that'll be here tomorrow. Which actually, not having a TV was actually pretty productive for getting a lot of other stuff done. You forget how much time you lose watching some of the TV stuff. Yeah, sleep portion, I know you're still dealing with some of the insomnia, so hopefully that's getting better with all the treatments, Vanessa, that you're going through as well. Last thing on this beer, I'll say, at this point, I'm starting to get a little bit more of a piney feel coming through as well with that resinous. So again, I would say right now, it's probably about 45, 46 degrees. Wouldn't be a bad temperature to actually drink that at as well. I'm not getting as much of the scratchiness in the throat right now that I was getting earlier. So overall, like I said, decent enough beer. Give it a try. Give any of the high wire beers a try is what I say. Just the name itself will get me to try something from them. And until they utterly disappoint me, they're still one of my favorite breweries over the last year or so. But thanks for everyone that definitely tuned in. I think I'm going to go ahead and get it cut here. Just wanted to get in, check in with everybody, and then I'm going to go back and edit the other channel so I can get that baby up and going. But I appreciate everybody swinging by tonight for sure. Thinking tomorrow, I might try to get on Beer Chugs with the ABV. I got to see who he has lined up. And then that's always a good thing. But Wednesdays at 9, Beer Chugs has what the ABV going. They went to issue anesthetic. No said not now. Why don't you want the anesthetic if it might help? Right at a bad day of the course last week, I broke my driver routine off his shadow. Oh, wow. That's a bad day. I once went to one of our conferences. We were out in Arizona, and we had actually gotten clubs rented out there, and I went to hit the driver warming up at the T range and caught something, and the driver head just shot off on me as well. Like it broke the head and went out to the driver range right behind the ball did. So that's always a sucky thing. I mean, it was covered. They just gave me another driver, but it was just funny. But it does suck when that does happen for sure. I like to try to play some more golf. We actually do have our golf ranges or golf courses open right now. You only have one person in a cart, but they are open. When you think about it, golf is kind of that social distancing sport, right? So you're not really having to be with someone right there. So it makes sense to be able to do something like that. But I think they did something where they closed the holes off, so you're not digging in the holes and possibly picking up anything. I think you just have to hit it up there, hit the stick or something. So I don't know. Sometimes just getting out and hitting the ball around is nice for a mental release playing golf. So I do miss not playing. I like to get out and play some more here. And hopefully I will when things get better. But thanks for everybody tuning in. I will look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Cheers, Danny. Good to see you as well. And hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll pop back in. I am trying to get some other stuff recorded to get some stuff uploaded to the channel, but I really do enjoy the live chats where I can catch up with you guys as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying them too. Yeah, Didi said no flag pulling as well. Yeah, so they got them sealed up that way, but good to get out there just to keep the form. But I will look forward to catching up with you later. Keep drinking those good craft beers. And remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.